can you tell us about your character's backstory? Will we see some of that this season? How you became...
No.
No? Okay, thanks.
So cheers, thank you. Not really. And I kind of like it that way. My favourite characters are the ones who just are. You know, I think sometimes characters, when you over-explain too much about their background, they lose some of the magic behind it. I'm not saying it's magical, but you know, like that. I love Darth Vader, for instance, right up until you decide to find out that he was a 9-year-old boy, pod races, and so it kind of serves me to that sense. I mean, he at this stage in season 1, he kind of represents the audience. He's there as someone for Liv to sound off at, you know. In terms of like his backstory and family, friend, anything like that, no, there isn't anything of that. But I think they like with Clive and with Ravi, that's something that they might explore later.
But is that something that drew you to this role, that there wasn't really much backstory, that you were kind of just a singular character?
What, is in the prep I was given?
Yeah.
Oh, what did they give us? Well, they gave me, it was literally just, as a fully formed character, it was like, well, he has these traits, so he's energetic, he's like hyper, he's got verbal diarrhea, and he's into mysteries and Loch Ness Monster and stuff like that, so they gave me that kind of stuff. And then there was small hints that he worked for the CDC, so he was, so he's clued up on the diseases and stuff. Everything else was just up to us, really. We kind of did what we could. I made my own backstory, which is just fan fiction, I guess. It's just, Rob hasn't approved it, so. But yeah, he kind of just is. Yeah.
Did you get a sense of gratification to bringing authenticity to a character that could have been a stereotype? Being of a certain ethnic background to play a doctor.
Yeah.
That's not revolutionary necessarily, but like there's actual substance to the character.
I want to say it was fluke, and it's one of those two things. I didn't want to play a stereotype. I'm not a stereotype as a person. I don't fit into. I'm an actor. I come from a kind of culture of doctors and lawyers, and same. And I came out of that, and we are, as people, all of us, far more diverse than just what our skin colour is. And I think Diane and Rob also, knowing me as a person, felt that, and this is how I feel anyway, what's more relevant to Ravi than being Indian is being British, and that's the same as me. Well, that has more of an impact on who I am as a person than where my great-great-grandparents were from. And with Ravi, it was kind of like, we never make any references to his ethnicity, other than his name, which is a typical Indian name. Other than that, no, he's just it's fun to not have to have any of that baggage. I don't have to drag anything with that. You can just play the enthusiastic, nerdy doctor. And there's some stuff that we do later on in the season that I'm really happy about, in terms of like interracial relationships and stuff that happens. And for me, it's I feel so lucky that my first role is something different that people of all cultures can see and not feel like, oh, I've seen this before. This is the same. I'm very, very lucky to play him.
What did you think about the fact that in the pilot they skipped past the whole mystery of are her friends going to figure out that she's a zombie, and he like immediately just knew it. So I thought that was a great.
Well, I guess it just cut straight to the point.
Right.
He needed to know. The audience, she needs to talk about it, other than just through VO, just voiceover. So it kind of didn't make any sense to kind of string it out when we're going to hide it from Clive, they're going to hide it from the family, they're going to hide it from the people she meets. Someone needed to know, and Ravi figured it out anyway. And it just, I think it's great for me and Rose to play that. At the same time, I think it's good for the audience just to cut straight to it. He knows, cool. He's excited, like that's it, end the story. And then how we play, and it adds an element of fun having two characters know and then others don't, because a lot of the comedy comes from Clive, and you see this throughout the season, being slightly naive to what's going on, obviously, and I hard spoil stuff, but it's just that's where a lot of the humour comes from, is hiding that secret. And yeah, so
Can you talk about your background in comedy and your experience that has allowed you to be so strong on the show?
I have no background in comedy. I did a little bit on stage. I'm very inexperienced as an actor. This is my first real role. I'm a huge fan of Ricky Gervais, and I think a lot of the time I have to be reined in from doing impersonations of David Brent when we're on set. And yeah, as you do, exactly. But Rob left one in. He felt there was one take. He was like, it's classic Gervais. He was like, we'll have that as an homage. But no, I'm just a fan of good comedy TV shows, and they write funny as well. They're great at pop culture lines and witty banter. But me and Rosie, we were very lucky that we got on very well quickly. We have the same sense of humour, so a lot of those beats and stuff just come from us. It's not rehearsed, it's just two people who get on. That's it.